Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, painting begins on my terrain square circle for this year's competition. Really hope you've enjoyed everyone's videos and updates and all the different projects that have been going on. It's been awesome to see so many great ideas happening. I would suggest you go and have a look at my community page, the Get It Painted community page on Google+. I'll put a link in the description below. Go and check that out because there's lots of stuff on there as well. Those are great projects, not only with the Terrain Square competition, but with lots of Nick's New Year painting projects which are still underway. So go and check that out. And also, while you're checking stuff out, don't forget to check out Inside Out Terrain's Facebook page. If you haven't already, they are sponsoring this competition. Right, that's that bit out of the way, and let's have a closer look now at my painting so far. Starting off with the actual circle itself. So I've gone in with a dry brush, first of all with chainmail and then with bolt gun metal. I'm going to be using the old paint names. I have been using the new paints, but I just can only remember the old ones. So I did that. Really happy how it's looking, and that corrugated section of the cardboard, as I imagined, gives those little slates quite a nice bit of detail, so really happy with that. Of course the sand is going to have to be all painted, that will be done at the end. So I've done that. I've also been painting the barricades themselves. So first of all, we've got the TT Combat ones. Let me just zoom in on these. So these are slightly different design to the barricades that I normally paint, which are the laser cut card ones. Now the laser cut card ones, the Necron symbol is recessed, and I go in there and I paint that silver. But on here it's not actually recessed, so I'm going to be painting slightly different. I'm going to just be painting literally where those cutouts are. For the green itself, I first of all base coated it with Dark Angel's green, and then went over with Snot green. That was a dry brush, and then finally I dry brushed it with Scorpion green. So it's looking pretty cool. That's the insides, and of course I'll be painting these symbols here in silver. Once I do that, it will should finish them off quite nicely. So let's just set these up on the actual circuit itself. Let me just zoom back out again. So just set these up. Of course I have done all four of them. So we've got one there. He's going to be roughly in these positions. Obviously I'll have to measure it out as accurate as I can before I glue them on. I want to try and keep them symmetrical as such, evenly spaced. So that's there, 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 and finally there. So that's that bit there. Right, next I worked on the obelisk, which is here. Let me just zoom out a bit. Right, so oops, running out of room. Okay. So on this, again, this is slightly different to my normal obelisk because, I say normal, the ones I've got from laser cut card, because this recess section here is really, really wide. And normally I paint the recesses silver, but I'm not so sure about this one. It does have this recess with a pattern in, so I'm going to start off painting this pattern with the silver colour. And when I did the dry brush, I did it exactly the same way, but I tried to make this circular area here a little bit more prominent. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but almost like a bit of a glow effect to it. And I'm sort of thinking that when I paint this silver down here, the symbols, I may not actually need to do anything with the inside of this symbol. So I'm sort of playing it by ear because it's the first time I've ever painted anything like this. So I'm going to see what it looks like, but so far it's looking like that. And pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. So that is that one. Alright, next up we'll have a look at the tubes. Now obviously these are very tall, but I'm going to have to go freehand here. So with the tubes, so far I've just painted everything in those green colours, which is how I do my normal green. I think it's looking pretty good. Obviously it's looking very green, so there is a small possibility that I might potentially put some silver in there as well. I was originally thinking of those tubes there, silver, but then I've got a symbol on there, and all of my symbols are only ever on the green sections, never on the silver sections. So I'm sort of thinking maybe green. I don't know if you can see or not, but I did sort of some highlights, a bit more accentuated than that area there, because that's where obviously the crystal is actually going to be. So hopefully it's a bit more of a glowing effect. But I'm going to put the silver on first on the symbols and see how it looks. So my idea is silver on those symbols there, gold on those symbols on the side tubes, and then silver symbols down on the door. And I'm sort of thinking when that's all done, that should sort of finish it off nicely. But there is a small possibility that I may do some extra stuff to it. But I'm just going to see what it looks like with this sort of additional details done. So that's that one. Continuing on with the green, and I've done both of these little like generator things here. And in terms of the silver, the generators themselves, I've just done those silver. Again, that's just dry brushed, exactly the same as the base. And they're looking pretty good, I think, now. They're like that together, and the crystal in the top. Now, potentially, if I end up painting this tube silver, I will probably paint the tube that's in here silver as well. But again, you know, there's lots of symbols on here that need to be detailed in, and I'm thinking at the moment, once that is detailed in, I don't think I'll probably be changing anything to silver, but we will see. I need to see how it looks. In terms of the generator itself, my plan is all the little grooves on the inside I'm going to paint green and have them sort of like a glowing green, and that's going to be gold on the side there. I sort of contradicted myself there, because earlier I said I don't have symbols on anything but green. I do actually have a symbol on gold, on silver there, so I have actually contradicted that. But there you go. I've never had a generator before, so we can run with that. Right, so lastly we have the pylon, which is looking like that. So that is the pylon. I painted this exactly the same as my Necron models. I actually painted this as if it was a model itself, because potentially it may be used as a pylon, a sentry pylon thing in my games. So I again dry brushed it with chainmail. I then dry brushed it with bolt gun metal. Now I'm going to do some more details on this. So my plan is on the actual gun section itself, on that middle section there, I'm going to paint this all green, so it looks like sort of a bit like the Tesla type gun. And then I'm thinking of these sections, if I can get it to focus, just there, these sections here, I'm going to do black, just to break up that silver section there. And if you look at my Necron tanks, all the ones that have those little recesses, I paint them all black. So that's the idea for that. And of course, eventually I am going to stick one of those crystals in the front of that gun, because I think it will look pretty cool. So that is how far I've got up to. So I've done the groundwork basically. I've just got the detailing to do. As I said, I might change my mind once I start doing the detailing, but at this stage I think I probably won't. I think once I've got those symbols done, they'll be looking pretty good. Right, so that is it for this video. I really hope you like how they're looking so far. I will continue painting and give you another update in the near future. Thanks for watching.